now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link. Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I am blessed. How are you?
I'm great.
All right, so we live already. I know everybody tells me that they get a little bit nervous before we start, but no worries. It's just like having a regular conversation with me, and we've had plenty of those. And your wife, of course, is already watching.
Okay, thank you.
All right, so I just want to make sure that we can hear you good. So try to speak up, and we're going to get started, all right?
Okay, ready to go.
All right. So hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I don't know if you guys have watched, but we've covered the Ricky Godfrey story in the past. Ricky Godfrey has been in prison for 27 years for a crime that he is innocent of. And today we are going to hear his story live and direct straight from him. Any questions that you guys have, feel free to ask during the live. He will be able to answer the questions himself. And of course, I will assist and jump in when I can. So make yourself known. I see that people are watching, and we're going to begin. Ricky, what year were you incarcerated?
I was incarcerated first in 1992, July of 1992.
In July of 1992. So take us back to July, or what happened prior to July that led up to your incarceration.
Well, I want everybody to know that I wasn't a saint, and that I did things that probably every person that comes from the inner city do. So I was a drug dealer, and on this particular day, me and two individuals that I know, Melvin and Michael, were riding around the city of Richmond. We were selling drugs, looking to make a quick buck. Upon turning a few corners, we encountered the third individual named Antoine. He jumped in the car with us. We headed down probably 2 blocks, and we encountered someone in a van. I didn't know this person in the van. Michael apparently knew this person in the van. Melvin knew this person in the van.
Okay.
Blew the horn, asked for the individual to stop because apparently this individual owed the money to these guys.
Okay.
I sat in the back seat on the right side of the vehicle. Antoine sat on the left side of the vehicle on the back seat. Melvin was the driver. Michael was the front seat passenger. It was in the 1973 Oldsmobile, 98, 21 that knows what that was like. It was spaceship. And so we stopped adjacent to one another with our back end to the vehicle that was flagged down, the van.
Okay.
The bus stopping, Michael got out the car, Melvin got out the car. Again, I didn't know this individual, so, and I didn't have no business with him. He didn't owe me no money. I had no particular interest in what they were doing at this point. I sat in the back seat and I was rolling marijuana before the smoke.
Okay.
Shortly after, Antoine entered the vehicle. As they exited the vehicle, probably a few seconds later, I heard what apparently appeared to be a gunshot.
Okay.
So from the ghetto,
that's not something that's foreign, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we hear a gunshot, we either run and get out the way. So my initial reaction was to duck in the back seat. I ducked in the back seat. Soon after, all occupants entered back into the car. We took off. I didn't see Melvin shoot anyone. However, I found that Melvin was responsible for this shooting after Michael began to ask, what did you do that for?
Okay.
And Melvin started smirking. Now, mind you, Melvin was the oldest of the group.
Okay.
So Melvin being approximately, I could be wrong in the number, but approximately 22, 23 years old, maybe 24, had been a YA and all of these things.
So he kind of had like a history of criminal history, pretty much.
Yes, absolutely. When you
And you guys were all what age? The other people were how old? Just to kind of get an age difference, a gap in age.
17. Michael was 17, and Antoine was 17, and I was 18.
Oh, so you guys were all teenagers, and he was 24 years old.
Yes, between 21 and 24 years old. Yes.
Oh wow.
The other thing is that people it never was revealed for whatever reason is that I knew Melvin well. So Melvin was like a brother to me. That's my sister brother. So him and my sister shared the same father. So that's how I knew Melvin, and I knew him all my life, just about.
Oh, so he was like, technically he was your sister's brother.
Yes, he was my sister's brother.
Okay.
I looked up to him, and I was loyal to this guy.
Right, he was like family, essentially.
So I put more loyalty into him than I did to myself, and not realizing that the things that he would soon do would cost me my life.
Oh wow.
And I didn't know at the time, that this was going on until I was incarcerated. I was incarcerated for a crime that I didn't commit. So as we fled
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So as we fled the scene, I had to be dropped off. And my business, Melvin stated that no one was to talk about the crime, no one was to say anything about it. Dropped me off after I assured him that I had nothing to say. Jumped in my car, I went on about my business. They went on about their business. Where they went at the time, I didn't know. But later I found out that they went to Melvin's brother Carlos house, who also, the victim, North Beach, owed him some money as well. That came out later on. And they went to his house.
Wait, I'm sorry, because I missed some of that. So you said the victim also owed another party that was in the car?
Which, so he wasn't in the car, it was Melvin's brother.
Oh, okay.
So what I'm doing is I'm showing motive. Bad motive is okay. This is I didn't know this man's matter. So I had no reason to approach this guy about anything. So as they went about their business, went to Carlos' house, talked about the crime that had took place, I went on about my business. That was July 13th. July 16th, I ran into Antoine. Antoine told me, hey man, the police been asking about me. Asked about me for when. Provided a report about something Melvin did. I said, okay, I took the report. I was at my mother's house. I called him. I ran it by my mother. She said, yeah, you need to contact me. I contacted the police department. They came down, asked me to talk to me. Yes, he talked to me. Was I under arrest? No, I wasn't under arrest. So they provided the admonishment court to me, read the admonishment court to me. Not fully understanding it, I agreed to talk to him. I talked to him. I told him that I didn't know what they were talking about. I stuck to that. Why? Because I was going to individuals that I looked up to. So in the beginning, I falsely admitted that I wasn't in nowhere to see it. I was scared. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to end up having to be a witness to something.
So you're saying that you said that you were there pretty much, but that you weren't participating in any kind of investigation.
No, I told them that I wasn't there, that I didn't know what they were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't until later, after talking to my public defender, that I told her what was going on. And at that point, she was like, I'm glad that you said something, because apparently there was someone that seen 3 people outside of this business.
But you were not a part of that 3, so what did that matter?
Well, what mattered is because there was 4 people on the scene. And I'm saying I never got out that vehicle. And there's a witness who attested that. I don't know if this is a matter. This is what the police report, or the police got from this witness, is that there was 3 black males, 10 over brown, Oldsmobile 98, 504 gave the license plate description, and said that 3 black males left the scene. with that being said, then obviously that there wasn't 4 people outside of this business. As I've been saying all along, that it was only 2 people outside of this business. So that was the importance of that. But however, they never investigated. I mean, I have the notes from that witness. I have the notes that came from the police that said that he was one that got this note from this witness. And when it came down to them investigating or interviewing this person, it just went blank. Now we don't know who she is. It don't matter. None of that is relevant. Why is it not
Of course, it's not relevant because it didn't help them. That would have helped you. So your investigators, your attorneys should have followed up with that, essentially.
Absolutely. And they didn't. That's reality. They didn't.
They dropped the ball, pretty much.
Yeah, absolutely. And, not only did they drop the ball on that, but they didn't investigate the case at all. They called the witnesses on my behalf. One witness that was an impeachment witness, a drug dealer at the time, someone who dated my mother before, who one of the witnesses had talked to and gave a description of the individual that committed the crime, which was Melvin. She said that the shooter, the person that killed her friend, was 5'3", thin-built, BBI, with nappy hair. This is the police report. This is what she told the police. So it's on the scene. Right now. The police in turn didn't investigate that claim. No, they didn't investigate. Oh, that don't matter. She said something different.
How does that not matter? Someone saying that I seen the person, this is their build, this is what I seen. How does that not matter?
It's mind-boggling to me. It's mind-boggling to me that they would say that it didn't matter. It mattered because she was with the individual that lost his life.
Oh, she was actually in the vehicle with him.
Yes, she was with him. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that mattered a lot.
Yeah, so it wasn't until she came into the courtroom and I'm the only one sitting there with a gold uniform on, accused of the crime, that she did change her statement. They said, oh, well, no, she picked you out a photo lineup. What photo lineup did she pick you out of? Because the photo lineup that she said that she included my picture in, and let me say this first. The day in question of this crime, I was at least 5'8", 5'9" in height. I was at least 185 pounds. That's the one physical 5'3", thin build. I was clean shaven. So meaning my hair was shaved down and completely off. Testimony attested to this fact. So when they created this photo lineup, the photo lineup that they created, and this is something that I just took notice of within the last month or so, the photo lineup that they created had a picture of me when I was 17 years old. My hair was in a 2-inch style afro because I think I had took the braids out of it if I could recall correctly.
Okay.
They put that in the lineup. That picture was taken in 1991.
Oh, so they used a non-current picture of you in the lineup that would have aided kind of what the other person looked like, considering you had no hair, you had things that didn't fit the description of the picture that they used against you.
That's exactly what I'm getting at. So
wow.
Not only did you put a picture that was biased, and was taken in 1991, but the other 5 people that you included in this photo lineup, their picture was taken in 1981.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
1981, 1982, and 1986. How is that in close proximity of pictures? So it was like that was all suggested from the get-go.
Absolutely. So y'all, as I'm sure y'all just heard, the phone is going to cut off in a little bit. We're going to wait for Ricky to dial back in and get him back on the line. In between this time, if y'all have any questions, anything y'all want to say, we perfect time for y'all to put them in the comments so that when he jumps back on, he can answer your questions and continue to tell his story.
But I'm going to hang up the call back right now.
Okay. So for everybody that's just watching, we got Ricky Godfrey on the line. 27 years ago, Ricky was out, as he stated himself. He doesn't claim to be, an innocent person overall. He said that at the time he was selling drugs, not at the time of the incident, but at the time when it happened, that he was a drug dealer, and that he was out riding around with some friends, and they end up running into somebody. Altercation occurred where someone was shot, and 27 years later, he's incarcerated for it versus the people who actually committed the crime are not.
Call from an inmate at the California State Prison, Solano, Vacaville, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Link.
All right, so we back on. I'm gonna let you go ahead and continue on with your story, because as of right now, ain't nobody. It's quite a few people watching, but there are no questions yet. So go ahead and continue.
Okay, so after talking to the police for about maybe 45 minutes, they arrested me. They arrested me and charged me for a crime that I didn't commit. I was booked and I was taken to Martin where I was stand trial. So I was,
when you were arrested, who else was arrested? Were you the only one that was arrested?
Oh, I'm the only one that was arrested.
Wait a minute, nobody else got arrested?
No one else got arrested. No one else got scrutinized or anything.
What happened where the other people didn't, like, how did it go from all of you all, you all riding in a vehicle together to the point to where you were arrested and you had no co-defendants?
Okay, so what happened was, apparently, Melvin manipulated the whole situation, and whatever he told the two 17-year-olds, he got them to go along with his claim, that I committed this crime. Well, what happened was, previously to that, I guess Melvin had been shot by someone from my neighborhood, I'm from Boston, California. So he had been, I guess, shot from somebody. So he was angry at that. And from what Michael said in the affidavit is that he needed somebody to pay for that. So what better way than to pick somebody that was from here that he considered an outsider. So that's how that came about. So he got them going on with
this call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That I committed this crime when in fact.
So they all three basically turned against you and all blamed you, the one who did not get out the car at all. All three of them actually were outside of the vehicle, but they all turned and pointed the finger at you.
Yes, because I was the outsider of the group.
Okay, so they was like a little clique, and you was the one outside.
Absolutely. So once that happened, investigation, it speaks with them. Actually, an investigation wasn't even never on them. It was on me. So when next one, because tell him like, nah, I don't know who committed this crime, right? Even though he was lying. However, they told him that, well, we believe that you're lying. So, you know what? You're no longer a witness. Now you're a suspect. So they turned him into a suspect and told him that, because the suspect is going to read you right, and we're going to arrest you and charge you with this crime of investigation of homicide. So once they did that, that's when this story changed. And for the records, the records are there for anyone to peruse and look at for the show. To see that exactly what I'm saying is coincides in the record. It coincides in the record. So that's how that went. And I ended up fighting for my life because it turned out to be a capital punishment case. Because
so you were fighting death penalty.
Yes. So they said the word that break yourself was used. So when they threw that in there, that made it a special circumstance. But only after I was accused of taking F.T.I.O for 25 years of life
capital.
Special circumstances.
Okay, so after you refuse to take the 25 or the L, then they file special circumstances to make it a capital crime.
Correct.
Which is unfortunately, you know how our court systems work. They say, you know, this is what we want you to do. You don't do it, so we gonna double punish you. Whether there's factors or evidence that could prove that you're possibly innocent or not. And that's where, you know, we have to look at, as people that are outside in the community, that's where we have to look at our court system and acknowledge the fact that it's broken. Because at any given time when there is evidence that we can see, that the lawyers can see, that the judges can see, that can potentially point them in the direction of saying that this person could be innocent, and they choose to ignore it, to get their conviction, there's a problem. There's no way that a man should be placed in custody with the person who sat next to the victim stating that he does not fit the description of the shooter. And with multiple witnesses saying that there were multiple people there. Why did only one person even, you know, I'm not, you know, I don't want to throw it off like, why didn't the other ones get arrested? Because, you know, we don't want nobody incarcerated, whatever the case. But it makes absolutely no sense for one person to be arrested when there is a crime that occurred with 3 to 4 people clearly there.
Yes. And what it does is it raises a red flag as to why, like you say, you don't want nobody arrested, but at the same time, you know, if a person is to look at it in its totality, then you would have to wonder, like, damn, you know, what went wrong? You know, why is it that this individual, you know, can't end up incarcerated and being convicted when, you know, there's other evidence that says, you know, different, right?
Right.
So that's that part. But also in the process of you know, me being falsely accused, you know, the vehicle that's involved, right, belongs to the film. And when they found this vehicle, they said that this vehicle was involved in this crime because it was a getaway vehicle.
Uh-huh.
Well, they found this vehicle. They found this vehicle in his house. He took it to one location. From there, they went to another location where the vehicle was stored. They pulled the vehicle out of the garage, searched the vehicle, photographed it, fingerprinted it, found a couple items out the vehicle. One of the particulars that they used as evidence was a beanie. Even though they said ski mask was used, it was a beanie, and there was a 357 unspent bullet, which means a bullet that had never been shot from no gun.
Okay.
And used this as evidence. They left the car on the scene. They don't impound the car. They don't seize the car.
Was that the kind of gun that was used for the murder?
Well, according to the report, the victim was killed with a 38 slug, a 38 bullet slug, right?
Okay.
This is the point that I'm making right now. So they say no gun was ever recovered. But they do know that he died from a 38 slug. So when they find this vehicle, they take this evidence about this vehicle. They never impound the vehicle. They never do a ballistic test, warrant test on this vehicle, because had they would have done that, they could have easily ruled out who did fire a gun and who fired a gun, because anytime a person fires a weapon and they touch anything,
the transfers of the gunpowder.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you saying they never touched the steering wheel, they never touched the door handles, none of that.
They never did anything, only for fingerprints, right? So they left the car into Melvin's custody at his house, found. Took me back to the station to finish questioning. That was one thing that they screwed up on. The other thing, whether it was intentionally or unintentionally, I don't know. But it is reasonably intentional. So after I was incarcerated in the county jail, they went to my mother's house. My mother is the sole person on the lease of this residence. They asked my grandmother permission to search this residence. She eventually gave them permission to search the residence, though she's not on the lease.
So she can't give permission to search because it's not her home.
Absolutely. She So they went into a bedroom. They asked, okay, what did we do? Because I made this. This is not my home. I stay here from time to time, but this is not my home. I'm around. I'm running around. That's the different females and things like that, right? So I'm bouncing from place to place. So once they searched this residence, they're then to have found that same two items that they found in the vehicle, which was 357 unspent footage and another video watch cam, right? In the closet of my mother's bedroom on the floor of the box of clothes. This is what they said they found. However, the problem with that is I've always said that I believe they planted that.
Okay.
Well, how did you know that? How did you know that? Well, for one, where's the picture of them finding it?
Right, because generally when evidence is found before it's even moved, they take a photo of it to show where it was placed at within the, to back up that they found it the way they found it.
Absolutely. So what I started doing, I started investigating that on my own. Me and my wife, we started investigating that. And as we looking at the pictures, I said, check the pictures in the photo taken. So on the old, we find any point that says photo taken, done. So what they said they did was they found this stuff, raised it up, showed my mother, my sister, and my grandmother the evidence that they have found. They said that they didn't know where that came from. They have never saw that bullet before in their life. And the police took it, they went to the station and processed it and everything. These were the things that they used in trial actually to help convict.
Wow.
To help convict. No fingerprints, no DNA.
So they used a mask and a bullet. Okay.
They used a beanie, not a mask, a beanie.
Are you serious?
And two beanies, and two 357 bullets. In this case, to get a wrongful conviction from it, along with the testimony of Michael and this Pierce, who have.
Oh, so they testified against you.
Yeah, so two of them did, right? So
wow.
Michael and Pierce said they testified, even though Pierce was all over the place.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
But however, this has recanted that testimony. Pierce stated, and I have it right here. Pierce stated to an investigator was the innocent project, and she, let me make sure I get it right.
Just to clarify that, y'all, he's saying that one of the men that he was with when the crime occurred, they eventually testified against him, stating that he committed the crime. But one of them later did recant. And at one point in time, the Innocence Project was working on this case. So this is not something that, you know, is sugar-coated. There is evidence that Mr. Godfrey is innocent.
Yeah, so,
go ahead.
So what she had stated was that she had since word over the years that she has picked the wrong person that accosted Mr. Godfrey in his life, right? And she stated this to the Innocent Project investigator. Mr. Kenny, who is Michael, testified that I committed this crime. However, has since recanted and stated that he, let's see what it says, that basically he lied and that he was under pressure from Melvin himself, the guy that actually committed the crime, and the police, that he was coerced by the police. Antoine got on his stand and stated that the police forced him into saying that I committed this crime, telling him that if he didn't say that I committed this crime, that he would be charged in it himself. Let the record reflect that in the police report, it shows that the police telling him, "Oh, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. We think that you're lying, so we're going to charge you for this crime." So that kind of like it coincides with what he said on his stand. So what they did was, "Oh, well, we're going to teach them this testimony on me." So they took him out the way, and they just relied upon really Michael's testimony and Chanadel Pierce testimony.
Which is the woman who was in the car?
Yes. Yeah, that's the lady that was in the car with the victim.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Okay. So
there's a little bit more. There's a little bit more.
yeah, you call back. You already know it's all good.
All right, sure. I'm calling back right now. Hold on.
Okay. So out of all this that you guys are listening to, and up until now, this is 27 years later. So he has been in prison for 27 years, serving uh, a life without the possibility of parole sentence. So I don't think we even touched that far into it. He kind of talked about him getting arrested, him getting charged for a capital crime. For those of you who don't know what a capital crime is, that's a death penalty case. I think he also said that he was offered a 25 to life deal, and sad to say, that actually would have been better than what he ended up getting, which is a LWOP, or life without possibility of parole, meaning that technically he is sentenced to die in prison. He has no opportunity at all to come home at all, besides commutation from the governor.
This is Global Tel Link. You have a prepaid call from an inmate at the California State Prison, Solano, Vacaville, California. Your fast pay account.
I don't even see no questions, Niche.
Please call 1-800-483-8314. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Yes, I'm trying to scroll through and see if have you submitted a okay. So you have a question. The question is, have you submitted a writ of habeas corpus on your innocence or on any other issues in your case?
Oh, absolutely. So what happened was in 2010, I had retained an attorney who asked me for it in 2006. In 2010, this attorney finally got the information he needed and found a writ of habeas corpus on my behalf. In the process, he asked the court to appoint the Innocent Project as my attorney, as he was getting ready to leave private practice and begin to work for the state, which means he was getting ready to start working on death penalty cases. And the state would pay him for that. So when he found the writ, the court granted, issued a show cause, ordered a show cause, followed by an evidentiary hearing. Well, upon that evidentiary hearing, witness Michael, I guess he failed to show up to that hearing based on the affidavit that he had submitted and signed.
Were they able to make contact with him to get him? Like, did they subpoena him?
So what I'm being told is that the Innocent Project, instead of them asking the court to issue a subpoena for him to show up to court after he didn't show up, they advanced to have went out themselves to find him.
Oh.
But the thing is this, he said that through third party, he said that no one ever contacted him. It made an attempt to locate where he was at.
Now, why would they do
know.
that? Like, I mean, just like following the legal correct way to do it, a subpoena should have been issued. Very simple.
Yes, I have no idea, but I know this right here. And I've been frustrated, with this whole process because of that fact right there, right? I'm not really getting no clear answers. And it's like, if a person don't have no resources financially, if a person don't have no media attention, over the Dr. Fields,
right.
Jeff Gas, and people of that nature right there, right? Our stories tend to go unnoticed.
Absolutely.
They sweep up under the rug, right? They sweep up under the rug, but the same thing exists in almost every injustice situation. You know what I mean? It's mine no different than the next. So because of that, that's what gives me the motivation to continue to fight it. And continue to reveal what is the truth. Because a lot of people don't know. They think that, okay, they said in these reports is the truth. Now, that's not the truth. Those people that is responsible for these wrongful conditions, they lie, they cheat, they deceive the public. And if you don't investigate and find out for yourself, you tend to believe that what they're saying is true.
That's So true. And it's
So
not even just like the, the court system that comes up with these theories and it transfers out into the media. Then the media starts sharing stuff. So it creates this whole, uh, there's this whole theory that's built. And then everyone who's watching from the outside picks up and forms a view of the person, and that carries so much weight when it comes down to things like this. For my own husband, I watched news stories that were absolutely 100% not true, and so from then I know just from my own experience not to believe half the shit. Don't believe the shit you see on TV. Do not believe the stuff you see on the news. It's a lie. And don't trust the court system at all, because it's not broken, it's fixed. It's working exactly the way they want it to, and that is not for people that are black, that are brown, or that have little to no income.
And that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. It's a shame that, we have to.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Resort to that type of core belief, you know what I mean? To not trust the courts and things like that, right? So just recently, just add a little note. So for the last year or so, I've been trying to get the file. I've been trying to get discovery. I've been trying to get a full police report because I don't have it, and I've never received it. I've been sent letters to old attorneys and things like that, right?
Right.
And have not been given a file. So I filed a writ on that. I filed a mandate to the appellate court. They've been shooting me down. So I'm like, why is it that y'all don't want to give people what belongs to me? Like, this is the false thing. So why can I see this now? What is it that you're trying to hide, right?
Absolutely.
So these are the things that we did fight and struggle against. And it's like, if we don't have the voice or an attorney to represent us in a good way, in an unbiased way, to get these sort of things, then guess what? We'll never see it. We'll never see it. And it continues to be hidden. The other aspect is that, the reason why they didn't investigate Melvin is because this stepfather at one point worked in the police department. This was never revealed. And this got to be until later on, years down the line, like, why did they investigate this? This woman gave a description of this death.
Wow.
If they get all together, then it dawned on me. His stepfather worked in that damn Richmond police department at one point in time. So perhaps, and I don't know for certain, but it leads me to believe that there was a connection there, and that connection could have possibly had something to do with them getting off of him and just locking in on me. I don't know, but it sure seemed that way.
So you had a comment that said for you to submit another habeas corpus, they stated that if your first habeas corpus was denied, that you have appeal rights to appeal that habeas corpus, and then that habeas corpus will reach the federal level of the Supreme Court.
Yes, absolutely. So the writ wasn't denied, right, in terms of the new evidence, right, on the declaration of Mr. Mike and Shonadale. It wasn't denied. What it was is that they dismissed the writ without prejudice. So if the judge dismissed the writ without prejudice, so when I asked what does that mean, then the project told me that, well, what that means is that when we get to the place where we feel that these witnesses can come forward and we can produce them in the court, we'll pick up the case again, right? So when the witness made himself available again, by this time they had a different take on it. Well, we're not getting involved. We don't have the resources, things of this nature. But I think that came as a result of this kind of like felt like y'all dropped the ball, and the attorney telling them like, man, y'all fucked up. Y'all dropped the ball.
I know quite a few people that have had different experiences with the Innocence Project, like to the point to where they'll pick up their case and then drop it, and then they'll re-pick it up later. So don't lose hope on that side, because I know other people who have experienced the same thing with that, because I guess how they work is like they can only hold on to the case for so long. And then I also know that me and you have talked about doing some other things in regards to that too. But I know that they hold on to a case for so long, and then after they have to let it go. And then like if something else develops or whatever, they'll re-pick it up again. So, but that has to do with like the fact that they have students or whatever doing it.
that's silly. And I had a student working on mine, so I understand that fact. And let's be clear. I believe in a high power. So
Amen.
I have faith. I trust in God. I trust in God, and I don't get discouraged refugees like that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
All things that look like it's not promising, I just contributed to.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
It's a blessing in disguise, and at the end of the day, I am on God's timing. So
Absolutely.
I understand that point. But on the flip side of that, it's just like, I have to continue to tell my story. I have to continue to get my story beyond these walls so that people can know that this is really happening. This is not a made-up story. This is not no lies. This is my truth.
And let me tell you just this, is exactly what you just said. That's why we're going to share. I'm trying to stop cursing, y'all, for the reason that we were just talking about religious purposes. But we got to share the heck out of this story because this is still happening. It's happening on a rate that is so high. Certain sentences, life without death penalties, they shouldn't even be on the table in our country right now because we're exonerating people at such a high rate. How are you sentencing people to death and to life without the possibility of parole when you are there? The process that we are using as a country to convict people is not secure enough for them to even make sure that they're convicting the right person. The appeals process is not secure enough for them to be releasing the right people when they mess up. So if they should not be sentencing people to life without possibility of parole, and they should not be sentencing people to death if they cannot guarantee that the people that they are convicting are guilty. There's no reason that you or anyone else that have not committed a crime should be sitting in prison for 27 years. Essentially, that is your life stolen by the government.
Yes. And that's just of it. That's just of it. It happens a lot. Not only when brown, black, minority, but when you have the lack of education. Because I had the lack of education. So I didn't know at the time, that all of this stuff that they were doing was actually legal. So I didn't know that it was legal. I thought that, hey, something's wrong. I knew something was wrong because I was innocent. But yet, the way that they went about it, I didn't know how to challenge that because I dropped out of school in the 5th grade.
Had you been incarcerated before?
No, not as no adult. No.
Wow.
My first time ever.
First
I got
offense.
into minor trouble as a juvenile, and only went as far as the Byron's Boys Ranch.
Okay.
But I'm sorry my time then got out. But that was for selling marijuana, being in possession with marijuana for sale, and for carrying a concealed firearm, which was a small caliber firearm, and for driving in a stolen vehicle. Those are the crimes that I committed as a youth.
So you
to
statistically
being
fit. I'm
incarcerated.
not sure if you know that you statistically fit in the bracket of the life without possibilities conviction. It's generally males 18 to 19, black and or brown, that are 19 years old, 18, 19 years old on their first offense.
That's the fact.
That's the facts. And
Those are the facts.
it's just sad that people are unaware that they're doing this to young men all over this country, within our state. We live in California. I know it could be people watching from other states, but and even in other states, life without possibility of parole is just, it's a crazy sentence.
Yes, it is. It's unjust. It's biased. And that's why we lead this movement to try to get it, abolished. You know what I mean? Because right is right, wrong is wrong. So we saying that, there's people on death row that are innocent. And then,
Rodney Reed.
And you put a halt to them, then why is it that when a person that has life without, which is associated with death penalty, then when we say that we're innocent, stated earlier, and Kim Kardashian and those type of people, then this is what's going to continue to happen. This is going to continue to happen. So awareness is definitely the key. Awareness is the key. And so again, my story is an open book. So if you want to investigate, you want to come investigate, hey man, I welcome.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Anybody that's watching, please share. If you're watching right now, hit the share button to help him get this story out. He's trying to bring awareness to his cause. He's been incarcerated for 27 years for a crime he did not commit. If you did not catch it from the beginning, it will be shared again all over from the Inside Out platforms, YouTube, the Facebook page, my pages, the website. So it will be all around for people to be able to view after this live has ended. What kind of support are you looking for, Ricky?
Right now, I'm looking for someone to actually look into the case. I'm looking for investigative work. I'm looking for an attorney to hopefully file a writ of habeas petition and to really dissect this entire case.
Okay. So, Ricky, the phone just cut off. We'll see if he dials back in again. His wife is watching. She's in the comments. So if there's any last minute throw-in comments, anything like that, feel free to shoot them in the comments right now. She'll be the answer. I'll hopefully try to answer. I'm also going to throw links in to the YouTube page for anybody who does not have them, to the website. So that way, as I stated, you guys will be able to watch the full interview later. So what did y'all think of the story? It's extremely sad to me to have to listen to someone who exercised loyalty, to his friends, and they completely turned against him and testified against him. And 27 years later, this is the result.
Your advance pay account has a low balance. To place more funds, please call 1-800-483-8314.
Hopefully that worked. I'm sitting here trying to type this.
To accept this call, say or dial 5 now. Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello?
All right, you on. Okay. Go ahead. You were saying what kind of support you were looking for.
So once again, I investigative work, an attorney, to look into my situation, and to be honest in looking into my situation, any kind of support to just bring awareness to my story, bring awareness to my voice, because a lot of times, being behind the walls of the case, our voice gets broken, and, it just become another sound bite for some people. But the reality is that, our voice matters behind these walls.
Absolutely.
If we don't take the time to, see what it is that's being said, it go right past it and become another kid. Especially for those that feel by the wayside, they're actually in it. So that's the support I'm looking for. Somebody that was just hear us out, hear me out. When I say I speak for others as well, because they don't have a voice, this is what it is for me. I definitely appreciate those that listening. I appreciate those that had comments or questions for me. If I didn't answer something, it wasn't intentionally. They just I must get a question or what have you. I definitely appreciate this opportunity to get report.
So, with that being said, I think we're going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much, Ricky, for sharing your story. Like I said, you already know we team Ricky Godfrey, so we're going to share. Make sure everybody knows your story. We're going to try to rack you up on some support. have some people out here who have attorney contacts, who have, you know, investigative contacts, who have just anything that will be able to help a person that is in Ricky's shoes. He's, you know, in the process of looking into appeals and things of that such nature that would be able to grant him some relief. So if you know anything, know anyone that could possibly help his situation, please reach out. His wife is in the comments. Look in the comments. You'll notice the Godfrey last name.
This
And
call
she
and
is
your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
100% holding him down over here. Also, you can reach out to me and I will connect y'all if need be, if you can't find her. And again, you know, this will be shared. So when it's shared, the comments still flow the same. So if you put comments or questions in later, I will still get them. So don't think because the live is over that you cannot ask questions, because you can still ask questions and it will still come to me the same exact way. And his wife will also get them because she's tagged into the video. So with that being said, go ahead, Ricky.
Yes, and the help that I'm seeking, you know, I hope that it can be pro bono because, you know, I'm financially unstable at this moment. So that's been a lot of the reason why I haven't received the type of help that I'm seeking out. So if it can be pro bono, it's gladly appreciated, and may God bless you all.
Absolutely. If there's anybody who also wants to help out financially, you know what I mean, you want to donate to help his wife or his family, you can feel free to contact us for the same reasons. Lawyers are very expensive. Filing documents, even just to file portions of a writ, are extremely expensive. Yes, you can do them yourself, but generally they're not worded for the average person to be able to file a writ. Even with instructions, is not the easiest process, and they will deny your app. See, I was about to cut. They will deny you faster than you filed it. Okay, you will take months to put it together, and you will turn it in, and within 30 days, they will have a denial sitting in your face. So, anybody that wants to help out financially, support-wise, know people, have connections, share the video, share the go subscribe to the YouTube so that you guys can stay up to date. There's also the Ricky Godfrey story on there by way of letter. So it's a letter that Ricky wrote that's narrated by myself, gives also details on his case. And we plan on a lot more coming from Ricky Godfrey to just keep bringing attention to his case. 27 years is a long time. I am 30 years old. This man has been incarcerated 3 years less than my life. That's deep for something that he did not do. Y'all have a good Saturday. And Azor said, thank you for allowing us to listen to your story. You still on, Rick?
Yes, I'm here. Excuse me.
Yeah, she said, thank you for allowing us to listen to your story.
More than welcome, and it's my pleasure always. Anytime I can tell my story, I feel elated because then I know somebody is listening to me.
All right, you guys. So reach out. Any questions? Have a good Saturday.